In today's digital age, the media landscape is a battleground where narratives are crafted, disseminated, and contested. A term that frequently surfaces in discussions about media influence is the deep state, referring to alleged clandestine networks within the government and associated institutions that purportedly manipulate information and policy behind the scenes. Former President Donald Trump has been vocal about his intent to dismantle what he perceives as this deep state apparatus, particularly its influence over mainstream media narratives. But how does this system operate, and what strategies has Trump employed to counteract it? The concept of the deep state suggests the existence of entrenched bureaucrats and officials who, irrespective of elected leadership, steer national policy and public perception. A critical tool in this alleged system is the mainstream media, which some argue serves as a conduit for disseminating preferred narratives. This process often involves narrative formation. Key media outlets, such as the New York Times and CNN, are believed to set the tone for national discourse. Through editorial meetings and strategic sourcing, these organizations can frame stories in a manner that aligns with specific agendas. Source selection. The choice of experts and analysts featured in news stories plays a pivotal role in shaping public opinion. By selectively presenting voices that support a particular viewpoint, media outlets can subtly influence readers' perceptions. Information dissemination. Once a narrative is established, it permeates through various channels, including social media, talk shows, and blogs, creating a unified message that reaches a broad audience. Trump's counter-strategy. Recognizing the power of this media ecosystem, Trump has implemented several tactics to challenge and disrupt established narratives. Direct communication. Bypassing traditional media, Trump utilizes platforms like Twitter and Truth Social to communicate directly with the public. This approach allows him to present his perspectives unfiltered and mobilize his base effectively. Elevating alternative media. The Trump administration has granted increased access to non-traditional media outlets, including podcasts and social media influencers. This move diversifies the voices in the press corps and diminishes the gatekeeping power of mainstream media. Media rotation policies. In a bid to democratize media access, the administration has implemented policies to rotate media representation in official briefings. For instance, the Pentagon has reassigned office spaces traditionally held by established outlets to newer organizations, aiming to provide a platform for a wider array of perspectives. These strategies have led to a more fragmented media environment where multiple narratives compete for attention. Supporters argue that this approach democratizes information dissemination and reduces the monopolistic influence of traditional media conglomerates. Critics, however, contend that it contributes to misinformation and undermines journalistic standards. Looking ahead, the ongoing tension between traditional media institutions and alternative platforms is likely to intensify. The rise of citizen journalism and influencer commentary challenges the authority of established news organizations. This shift necessitates a re-evaluation of media literacy, as consumers must navigate an increasingly complex information landscape. The interplay between political power and media influence remains a defining feature of contemporary society. Trump's efforts to counteract what he perceives as deep state narratives highlight the evolving dynamics of information control and dissemination. As the media ecosystem continues to transform, it is imperative for individuals to critically assess the sources and content they engage with, fostering a more informed and discerning public.